fellow citizens, because those people, that's right, they are cowards. They're cowards behind a badge. And I do know what it's like because, yes, I was arrested for filming the cops beating up peaceful protesters and college students. In fact, we have an article today written by Kurt Nimmo, Photography, a Crime Against the State and Global Elite. And the arrest of an activist taking photos of an arriving Bilderberg member is part of a growing trend in America. Photographers all over the country are being harassed, interrogated, and arrested for taking photographs in public. Citing overblown and often imaginary terrorist threats, the federal government now actively encourages police behavior that is the hallmark of totalitarian and communist countries, not a former constitutional republic. And you can read more about that on Infowars.com. That article's from Kurt Nimmo. We have 2 pages up where you can get all the Bilderberg news. It's on the top of our featured section. Bilderberg breaking news and live video from Bilderberg 2012, where you can actually access our Ustream, which has right now have about 16,000 viewers current right now. It's moving up and down around there. We have our Justin TV link. We also have our YouTube stream and Alex Jones's Quick channel. I guess that was added last night because that's what it's all about. Finding those pieces of media that we can add, putting it together, and keep hammering them. As long as we keep hammering them, it will not stop, and freedom will grow. And that's what's happening right now. The crowd is growing at Chantilly. Alex Jones estimates it's around 500 right now. It's only getting bigger, and it can get bigger when you go there. You need to get there right now. If you're within 200 miles, you can be there in 3 hours. You can be there helping out. People are coming together. It's America. This is what it's part about being an American. It's about standing up and saying, this is wrong. This is not right. And it's not right for these people to be meeting in secret. It's not right that we don't know what they're talking about. It's not right that they are having security arrest people for stopping on the side of the road to let people out, or stopping in a parking lot to let people out. They're arresting people for taking photographs. They're arresting people for crossing the street. They're arresting people they're giving tickets to people for just dropping people off. It's crazy, and we should not allow this in our country. And I've even got some friends in Virginia that live close by. I'm calling on them. All right. Alex Jones is doing another interview, but first I want to call out anybody in Chantilly, Virginia. Get there now. Let's go to Alex Jones Live.
London writer, he's a foreign editor who wrote "And Now for World Government," saying, yeah, we're authoritarian. Yeah, we were secret. It's for your own good. We know best. He's here today. The only press that's here are people that literally say, I want authoritarian world government. He actually wrote that. He said, yes, we're secret. Yes, we're authoritarian because we know best. I mean, that's it. This is the richest people in the world meeting with key national security, NSA people, MI6, European security heads, Von Rompuy of the European Central bank system, and the European Union Council. They're all here. They control the issuance of money and credit. This is it. Top of the pyramid.
How does it remain so secretive? How does it remain something that so few people, are aware of?
Well, because the mainstream media in the United States has never covered it until now. And first it was the Drudge Report, which I wouldn't really call mainstream media, but he helped break it out. Then the Washington Times, WorldNet Daily, London Guardian for 4 years overseas really started breaking it. That was a big deal when you guys were covering it 4 years ago with Charlie Skelton. At first, a little bit laughingly, then he got arrested, and thought, well, this is really real. And media said it didn't exist to him. So it's the fact that they play that Jedi mind trick of this doesn't exist. And you're like, but yeah, there's limousines. And the New York Times says, no, there weren't. And they actually talk to their readers like they're idiots. So the fact that the system said this didn't exist, they've lost all credibility. They've gone over the top. If it was just, hey, it's a private Davos, then it would have been reported on, but they wanted to keep it secret because they're violating the Logan Act.
I've heard some speculation about presidents being chosen, vice presidents being chosen. What's going on with that?
Tony Blair, 2 years before he came from nowhere to become the prime minister, was here and basically certified. Margaret Thatcher even talked to Jim Tucker and people about that. The fact that Bilderberg routed her out because she wouldn't go along with him, because she wouldn't turn over British sovereignty. Wasn't she was perfect. We've got Bill Clinton, little-known governor, comes here in 91, boom, fast-tracked. If they like you, it's on. We've seen countless others, John Edwards, Gordon Brown, John Kerry. Obama was here 4 years ago. We talked to our sources inside. People saw him. Secret Service had P5s, looked them up to show us. We're just out there with cameras, and they're like, Like I'm just gonna, like I'm a coward like them. I mean, I'm like, what? I mean, it's ridiculous. And so like, 6, 7 black SUVs come in, our sources. Again, we have sources we had 4 years ago in this hotel. All we have to do is call them months before, have people go in and talk to them and go, look, you're not going to talk to us now. But when they're really rude to you and treat you like total crap, I mean, if you look them in the eye, Hillary will start screaming at you. And Beatrix has this nice old lady front. You even do anything, her people will scream at you. It is just people being dressed down, just being treated like absolute garbage. Bilderberger guys are just running around going, blow Ron Paul up, Kelly. Yesterday, just like getting out of their cars, so they just see this as Ron Paul. And they just get out of their cars going, I want him dead. Put him on a plane, blow it up. I mean, it's just like hardcore, man.
Were they talking about Ron Paul specifically?
Don't you look me in the eye. I mean, imagine.
Who were those people? Was it Ron Paul supporters or Ron Paul specifically, or both? Both?
The hotel source isn't political. My source, and said, yeah, they're very angry at Ron Paul. It's like an expletive. You hear a lot of that. I got that this morning after I talked to Jim Tucker last night and today, and Jim is going to publish it like next week, and he's got to vet the person said the name, and he's checking it. But these are hotel sources, so we then have to find out. Then we have to get the info from just like one hotel source, you have a couple was like, yeah, there's a 6'2" or 6'3", a Swedish woman grabbing people's arms. Later talked to reporters it happened to. My guys later saw it, and then we were calling her Swedish. She's actually Dutch and works for the Queen of the Netherlands, Queen Beatrix. So we're putting all that together. But basically, when they drive through and we scream, you're a traitor, you're scum, you're trash, they get out and they go, this is Ron Paul, damn him. And they're like doing this in front of police, Secret Service, everything. They have Marine Corps, diplomatic detail. You see them come out in their cars in plain clothes. They're in there.
How do we know they're Marine?
They came to our hotel last time and sat on both sides of me, like 50-something-year-old Marine Corps colonels, and started saying, hey, let's blow up the State Department together. I said, and I was there with some filmmakers. They actually saw it, the guys from that film named New World Order. And the guy's like, hey, my dad's a cop. These are cops. I started talking to them. I go, no, they're Marines. They were colonels. And I said, look, guys, I'm not planning anything. They go, well, we're just here checking. And he goes, we're, later I was talking to him outside. He said, yeah, we're Marine Corps, assigned to diplomatic security detail. And you see all their cards. It says Marine Corps with Marine Corps State Department plates. We just videotaped some of them. And we've got them flipping us off last year, too. They were on mask. Yeah, later.
What's your response to this arrest that we just saw?
I mean, the guy was just walking around. He'd be barely. I mean, you don't normally get arrested if you just step out. It's like we're being white gloved.
That's all I know.
People a mile away are pulling up at their own hotel. And the cops are saying, you don't even walk on the sidewalk wrong when you come over here. We got them on tape coming in and saying, don't give him shuttle rides there, we'll arrest you. Shuttle pulls up. They just already pulled her over before they came to the hotel. And the one was almost crying. She said, after we turned the camera on, she's like, I just want to stay in America. I left this. I mean, this is what we've turned into, is they pull her over and tell her, she starts crying after we turned our camera off, wouldn't give us a ride, breaks down crying. And minutes before, I said, you watch. When she pulls up and she's late, they're saying, don't take people here that are staying at the hotel. And then the cops pull up, go in, and on tape, we caught most of it, run in there. Richard got so angry, it was just, Richard never gets angry, of them sitting there telling the hotel, give them rides, we're going to ticket them or arrest them. And it's like, this is America. But it's no big deal. Yeah, they've got secret kill lists. They'll say they'll even kill citizens. Yeah, the Army admitted a month ago there is a re-education camp program. They've got it ready, but hey, and they're now telling folks, like the Indiana governor, there are some emergency camps for setting up. Yeah, it's really nice. There's 30,000 armed drones coming, yeah. The CIA director a month ago on Wired said, yeah, we're watching you through stuff on your iPhone, your computer, your washing machine. You pay for it, yeah. There's no Fourth Amendment. It's all just an in-your-face now. And we're like, hey, we don't like this. And the media is either it doesn't exist, the U.S., or it's funny, we're bad. It's like, look at these bad people being arrested and stuff trying to get to the hotel to cover it. Look at those bad guys over there. They're really bad.
Like everybody here has a camera. Everyone here is filming this. How do you think that sort of changed the nature of the game, covering this sort of thing? I mean, that's a lot of information.
I haven't had a chance to look at the numbers this year. I sent 2 reporters to Switzerland, to St. Moritz, and it was expensive to get there. We could hardly budget it. There were people that came from the U.S., people that lived in Europe, who were sleeping, on the grass to try to get there when they got there. It was over 1,000 people at one point by the last night there, by the Saturday evening before the half day the next Sunday. And it was just incredible. What was the question? Oh yeah. Number of we had 3.5 million views. You can go look at it. on a Justin TV channel that had like 100,000 views that we just used every once in a while for live events. We had 3.5 million views just on one little streaming system with Aaron Dykes and Paul Watson there covering it. Sure, I've got millions of listeners every day on my radio show, a couple million, some days up to 3 million. But that's a show I've been doing for 17 years. We can just start going and doing maybe 20 live feeds, and then they 3.5 million watched in the next few days, just the archives. I mean, that's amazing. You can go look at that. 3.5 million. It's more than that now. There's been a few more on there, but we're using a whole bunch of new channels as well. I have no idea how many times it's being watched. I was seeing some of the videos were like 400,000 this last few days. I mean, this is just amazing.
Like winning. You get the sense
we're winning, absolutely. And that's why the mainline corporate press has been forced to come out. I'm not talking about The Guardian. You guys have been covering it for 4 years at least. But that's why you've got the Associated Press out here. That's why you've got other outfits out here. It's very exciting. So we're at least having a debate with the real perpetrators. We're not always facing our little puppet president or their puppet prime minister and oh, the motorcade and all the big media coverage. The reason there's not coverage of this, and I've talked to Time Warner people and others, it's because they've been told, you cover this, you're not going to get advanced. They don't even have to give them the order anymore. It's like, you cover that. I talked to a guy at Reuters 6 years ago on the phone. He was going to publish the story. He goes, no, I think it'll get out. It's all over the Canadian papers. You got it same 15 hours. This is in like 15 papers. This is in Toronto Star, Ottawa Citizen, front page. I can get this out. He calls me and he goes, man, you're really right. Wow, this has never happened to me. He goes, it's not being published.
He thanked the media for not.
Yeah, he thanked them at that deal. And the guy said, wow, this is really real. Because he said, I'm an editor. You know, it was out of, I want to say, it was out of a Texas office. He said, I have never seen anything like this. So that's what's going on. They do not want this information out there. Thank you, buddy. Sorry, I'm coughing and I'm shaking your hand. Hey, a lot of germs out here. Right?
All right, Alex. How you doing? All right. I know you're used to a lot of snarking, kind of people snooting at you, but I'm kind of trying to be very substantive and try to, get.
Well, I don't want to judge you by the other guys.
Everybody back on the. No, so that's a reasonable conclusion. Just kind of want to preface by saying that I'm going to try to be, as a straight shooting.
Hey, a few snarky comments were nothing from you guys. The caller was just like 2-year-olds.
Yeah. Well, they always do that. They just send videographers to outdoor rallies and just try to make anyone who demonstrates look silly.
It's that demonization of people that actually care.
So
better get on the street, buddy.
Maybe we should not get
out of here.
I remember a couple of months ago you were one of the leading proponents of the theory. Listening?
Yeah, I am. The police are coming.
Should we wait?
It's like last time.
Okay.
Did you want to wait, sir, until I get here? You saw us coming. Next time, do me a favor. Just step out of the road, please. You understand? Because I've given you a warning. Do you understand? Thank you.
So it's not allowed to step on the road?
The road, we have a sidewalk. You stay on the sidewalk. All right? You're subjecting me to be in danger. If you would stay out of the street, I won't be here.
Oh, here we go. New World Order, come! Seriously, I wouldn't mess with them. They're going to take a chance. Okay, we got it. We're not in the street.
So Alex, a couple months ago, you were one of the leading proponents of the theory that the Occupy movement was a George Soros-funded program, and now you've adopted Occupy kind of nomenclature to attract people to come to visit.
Thank you for
What changed in your thinking that led you to be more open to using that kind of nomenclature?
Well, that's actually accomplished.